What is up, everyone? I'm Skratch. Welcome to the channel. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video. Welcome to the Monday kickoff, everyone. We have quite a few things to cover in today's video. Upcoming events. I want to make you aware of a few things because I find it very, very important to be self-aware of what's going to happen as well. On top of it, I was wrong. So I'm here to basically rectify my mistake, make you aware of what was my mistake. And we're talking about a champion. We're talking about the Hydra clan boss, and I'm going to walk you through everything that you need to know about that part. But first, we're going to talk about the events. So hang in there for a minute. Of course, we have clan versus clan starting tomorrow. No personal rewards this time around. They completely changed the matchmaking, guys. So if you're recruiting new people or you're kicking older people from the clan, keep in mind how many points they had before you kick them, or keep in mind how many points they had, the ones that are joining, because everything will change based on the players that are leaving and joining clans. Probably a lot of you guys might not be aware of it. Then, of course, we have a lot of different offers just dropping in game, like you might see this offer right here, and I really don't think is a steal deal, but just because it just popped on the screen for me, I'll quickly tell you if it's a good one or no. But just looking at it, it doesn't look like a good one, you see. So 11, 300, 17,800. You usually get 7,400, and you're getting that for $59, and you're getting 20 arena refills as well, or multi-battles or different things. So this is a bit overpriced. It's not a very good offer. Chuck that on the side. But what I want to make you aware first, we have the Black Friday coming this week. Now expect to have a couple of very good offers towards the end of the week for any of you guys that plan on spending any money. And the next thing that I really want to make you aware of, which unfortunately didn't pop on the screen for me just yet, but hopefully by the end of the video it will, they are the offers that they have the Black Friday mark on them, and they have 0 discount. Okay, so I want to make you well aware of it. I actually can bring a screenshot instead because I don't have it on the screen for me just yet, because I've been away pretty much all day and I haven't really had a chance to log in into the game to play it. But you have these offers, you see, Black Friday, and right behind my big head you see the price, $50. Now that is the regular price for these offers. They have 0 discount. Do not get deceived by the Black Friday ones, and make sure you're not falling for it, okay? Because this is really a very bad marketing strategy, you know, where you're putting that on, basically no discount, and some people will fall for it. So I just wanted to make you aware of those things as well. And leaving that on the side, most probably you'll be finding more of them for the next few days. On Tuesday, tomorrow, guys, November 21st, they're planning to launch a progressive chance event to give you at least a 15x chance to summon a champion of your choice from Ancient, Primal, Sacred, and Void Shards. You guys know how these chances work already. We had an event during the weekend, and I've mentioned it before. Do not expect the 15, 20, 25x to be much better than the 10x, because if they are forcing you to add more champions to the pool instead of just one, if you want 2, 3 of the champions that are involved, yes, you do have better chances to get one of them. But if you only want 1 out of 4 or 5 champions, and you need to select 3, is not much better than a 10x, okay? And the whole idea of the event is that if they're constantly going to be like that, where you need to select multiple champions rather than just one, is not going to be a very, very good thing, you know? So hopefully they will adjust them in the future, and they will make them a proper summoning banner, like Dragonair, for example, where you only select one hero. And yeah, we're gonna see how this will be tomorrow. But starting with the champions, we have no one else but Krisk the Angelus. We're not gonna go over skills or anything like that, guys. Krisk, you know him. Void Legendary, super awesome for Hydra. Pretty much all the content in the game. And yeah, it's just an absolute beast of a champion. Now, for the other ones, we actually have 2 awesome champions, and one of them is my most wanted non-Void Legendary champion in the game. And of course, is no one else but Ragash. So he's super powerful for arena, guys, especially for live arena. He brings his own increased defense. He's a very good counter for Harima, stun, lots of things coming from this champion's kit, you know. So I would love to get him. Then the last champion that we have on this event is no one else but Mishinaki. And that's why I'm saying maybe you can select one champion from here. You definitely only have one Void champion that you can select. Now, in order to really increase your chance to 25x, you need a lot of shards, okay? You need to be a whale or to get super lucky and summon legendaries, which can happen, of course, but not very likely. And the whole idea is that overall it's still better than the 10x when you only have one champion, because you start with 15x instead. So it's, let's just say, 50% better than the 10x when you only have one champion, right? Then if we are looking to the next event, which is Wednesday, November 22nd, again, the same story, 15x, increased progressive chances from Ancients, Primal Void, Sacreds, and we're going to have no one else but Under Priest Brogni on the event, guys. Awesome champion. He lost a lot of value since they nerfed Corpulent Cadaver, so even though I love Brogni, I find it hard to use him in many areas. Still very good for Arena on a Cupid's Venus team as an example, or other Ghost Second teams, clans, decrease attack or block debuffs. He's still a very strong champion, but I feel like he really lost a lot of value since the Corpulent Cadaver nerf. Then the next champion that we have on the list is going to be no one else but the one and only Mr. Sexy Man, Mr. Cardiel. Okay, one-man army, he can do them all. Amazing for Fire Knight, Live Arena, Hydra, Clan Boss. I don't know. Probably he's amazing for everything else. We gotta call her and see what she said, you know, if he's amazing there too. But probably he's amazing everywhere, you know, freaking Cardiel. So he's on the event as well. And the last champion for Wednesday, guys, is no one else but Kaja the Rai. I have her, I just haven't summoned her, and yeah, she's a fairly decent reviver. I don't think she's better than Python in my opinion, but she's a pretty good reviver though, and with Timid the Fool, she's a bit more interesting, you know. So she was guaranteed on a, what was it, a Deck of Fate event or something like that. Then we have another one on Thursday, guys. Strange enough, we have another 15x progressive chance, and we have no one else but from Void Shard, sorry, we have no one else but, is it from here? Bellatar Mage Slayer. So this champion is a new addition. He's fairly decent, definitely much better than his ugly brother here. And yeah, he's a reviver. Shield, you're getting a Thermiter. Then attacks all enemies, increase attack, increase defense on the allies, heals the allies as well. Interesting passive, you know. Fairly decent basic skill. He's not an insane Void champion, but he's a good one. There are definitely many other Void champions that are worse than him in the game. Then we're gonna have no one else but Noct the Paralyzer. He's from the Dark Elves, ladies and gentlemen, and yeah, he's decent as a poisoner. He can solo a couple of the lower stages on dungeons on the normal difficulties, you know, or the higher stages on the normal difficulty rather than lower stages. And he puts a lot of poison, puts sleep and stuff like this. He's not a bad champion, but he's not something that's crazily desired by the people, you know. Like, the ratings are not bad because he deserves them. So he's not a bad champion, you know. And we do have the last champion, guys, which is no one else but krok'mar. Now, yes, this is the champion that I was wrong about, guys. And I'm going to explain you everything in just a second. So he has this very, very funky passive. Whenever this champion attacks, decreases the target's attack or defense by 5%, as well as accuracy or resistance by 5%, depending on which stat is the highest. Stacks up to 30%. So this sounds very interesting. For me, I was looking at him like a cruelty blessing, to be honest, you know, on the champion. And the whole idea with him is that initially in the first video, I haven't took him in Hydra, okay? In the second video, I was like, okay, I missed taking him in Hydra. Let me just take him in there because he's gonna put the defense down, he's gonna drop the resistance or the accuracy, he's gonna be just great to increase the damage. Now, him as a champion doesn't hit very hard, I'll be honest with you. His A1 is very similar with big guns. If you don't crit with the first hit, you're not gonna do AoE. The second hit heals shield, but he doesn't do a lot of damage either, so that's another thing to keep in mind. And just judging by the passive, the A3 buffs, right? So he's getting all the necessary buffs to have increased crit rate, crit damage, extra turn. But judging by the passive, you can clearly see that it's designed to be a champion that engages into a longer fight. Now, even like that, it's very hard to deal with a tanky team with Duchess, just the regular Arena meta champions, you know. It's hard to deal with them by using only him as a damage dealer. So we were like, okay, this will definitely give him a lot of value in Hydra. Now, the only thing is that I haven't looked at the Hydra stats in a very, very long time, and I just realized that recently when I was doing a video on a different champion that has something similar, I feel like, was it on the new mythical champion? And I was seeing that it's decreasing the attack, and I was like, my god, I was so dumb. I've made this video on krok'mar being the Hydra god. Let me just even see how I even put the title and the thumbnail, because I forgot. I forgot. Hydra monster, can't believe I missed this. Krok'mar insane Hydra clan boss. Then I was like, you stupid ass, okay? Hydra has more attack than defense on pretty much every single head, okay? Almost on every single head. And I was like, my god, this is not going to go very good for our Krok'mar to drop the defense and increase the damage. He will, though, on the other hand, decrease the attack on the Hydra heads, and I don't necessarily find it as impactful. It is impactful for a lot of people that don't have very, very good gear, but I just wanted to make sure I'm making you aware, guys, of this thing, because I personally completely forgot, okay? I haven't looked at the Hydra stats probably since the 3rd or 4th month of the Hydra release in Raid Shadow Legends. Since then, I haven't checked the stats on the Hydra heads, at least to look at the attack, defense, and stuff like this. And this is one simple rotation. This is rotation 1, and this is on normal difficulty. How you may notice, Head of Decay, we have 5.6k attack almost, 2.5k defense. And then we have 120 resistance, 190 accuracy. Head of Torment, you have 150 accuracy, 80 resistance, you have 1.6k defense, 7.6k attack. And even on this, you're not actually decreasing the resistance, you're decreasing the accuracy on them. So that won't help you much either, okay? That won't help you much either, at least on some of the heads, because they will still end the debuff. Like, he's gonna land the True Fear no matter what. So accuracy or no accuracy, he's gonna do it. He doesn't care about that. Then the Head of Suffering is the only one that tends to have higher defense and lower attack. Then he does have more resistance than accuracy usually, because he has a passive that boosts that on him. And with the Head of Mischief as well, way more attack than defense. Like, his defense is super low at 1400, but then he has 250 accuracy. So decreasing the accuracy on the Head of Mischief is actually good, because it will help you with your resistance build. But if we're actually gonna check the other two, because we have 2 more heads in here, you see, all of them, they tend to have higher accuracy than resistance, okay? So you're basically dropping their accuracy, and usually you will have a cleanser, you will have immunity, you will have something to deal with all the debuffs coming from these enemies. So it's not as beneficial as you might initially think just by reading the passive on Krok'mar, okay? And I want to make you aware, because we have this event for him. I'm actually even going to enlist that video that I've made with him for Hydra, because I really don't think that he is so valuable in Hydra as I initially thought, and I initially made you think as well, basically, you know. And this is normal difficulty. If we're gonna go, for example, all the way to Nightmare, where the stats are a bit crazier, you will see that they're still pretty much in the same sort of proportion. Higher attack than defense. The Head of Suffering is literally the only one that will benefit from Krok'mar. The rest will just get their attack decrease. Now, I'm not saying that's bad or anything like that, but you do tend to have more decreased attack in your team. And the main idea that you would want to have with a champion like this is to increase your damage, okay? You want to deal more damage. That's the main idea. Now, true, if you survive longer, you can deal more damage, but you're not really upping your damage per turn like it should actually do, you know? So I really, really wanted to make you aware of these guys, okay? I wanted to make you aware of this to know that is not what we initially thought, at least what I thought, because I know a lot of you guys thought the same. I've seen it in the comments of the very first video that I've made, you know, like, Skratch, you missed that, you missed him on Hydra, he's gonna be amazing because of that, you know. And I was like, my god, did I actually miss him, you know? But I just wanted to make you aware of that, guys. So apologies for spreading the misinformation there, and I do want to make you aware of whatever events we're going to have over the weekend. Now, you've seen the fusion calendar. Usually we tend to have a champion chase event during the fusion. This time around, we do not have that, okay? So that tells me that whatever happens this weekend is going to be fairly big, okay? Because they're keeping out the fusion, they're keeping out most of the events. They are baiting us with these upcoming events for the next 3 days. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're gonna have something different. I will expect something big, because they want more money during the Black Friday, of course, and because we don't have a champion chase tournament for the fusion, which I find it extremely odd. And we have 3 days of summoning with progressive chances, where we have 1 void legendary on each one of them, and we have 2 non-void champions on each one of them, which makes me feel like, wow, that's a bit interesting, you know. So keep that in mind. Maybe you don't want to break your shards. Maybe you don't want to jump and open everything that you have. If you have anything, like I have a few shards saved up, you know, I'll slowly make my way to save for the Christmas fusion with sacreds, and some of the rest, of course. I will open my voids and primals whenever I'm going to get them now, because with primals they actually have two nice mythicals that I would love to get. But there we go. The pack just popped in, guys. You see, this is no offer. This has 0 discount. This is a regular pack that pops in almost all the time in the shop. Do not fall for it. There is no Black Friday involved in here. But that was all for this video, guys. Much love, and I'll catch you all soon in the next one. Peace.